right. Hey, we got 10 people watching. All right.
Why do you Origins? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Why aren't you playing games? But so thanks everybody for showing up. It's Friday, or geez. It is not Friday.
No, tell you what.
My God.
Put that 30-second thing back on again. We'll start again.
Let's redo that, guys. Let's redo that. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, no. Yeah. So I have been getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep the past 3 nighs. I was at Scout Camp. Get that mini violin. So, yep. I've taken 2 naps already today. Kyle from the depths of Mordor, currently, aka England. So Charles was here first. He was early.
Yeah, he was first.
Steven, how's it going? Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Good old meandering Mike. And got Edward Lasso. How's it going?
Got this one. Yeah, another Brit.
Yep. How's it going? And Tim, how's it going?
Yeah.
In my case, 646. So, but as I was saying, so I had just gotten back this morning. Nerd Workshop, John Haley. So I got back this morning around 10 o'clock from Scout Camp with the boy, with Sean. Had a great time. Slept on the hard ground. And yeah. Yep. So, he's working on Mystical Munchies. So it was a good time. I've already taken 2 naps. I feel like an old guy. We had over 20,000 steps every day. And so it was a good time though. Sean got 2 out of his 3 merit badges. And then we got to work on the other one, which shows me he doesn't have much English genetics right now. It was an archery merit badge. So he couldn't hit the target enough times for a high enough score. So his English longbow genes are not in him for some reason.
Never mind.
Yeah. But no, it was a good time. But kind of the cool thing was Jester actually stopped by Monday. We went out to dinner, him and his wife, and then me and Karen and Natalie, we all went to dinner, which was really, really fun. We had a good time. And, I know there's the whole no proof, and I should have had this up, so I do apologize. But let's see here. So we'll go here, present, share screen. Oh, by the way, I do this at school and I'm teaching too, by the way. Do this. There it is. Okay. Share. So there we go. So we got Jester and me, and then Karen and Natalie. We had a good dinner out. So it was a good time. We stayed around about 4 or 5 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Had jump. It was in between going from Chicago down to Columbus for Origins. So we've got that. Feeling like an old guy is different from being. Yes, that is true. So. But yeah, no, we had a good time, and it was fun to meet with Jester. It was fun to meet his wife. She's just as boisterous as he is, and just as talkative as he is. So those two are a pair for sure. They were fun. It was a lot of fun. So apparently I talk a lot. I don't know about that. I don't know why, but Jester's wife was like, "What are we going to talk about?" Jester's like, "Don't worry. Tony will keep."
Tony's there. Yeah.
This was like I hardly get a word in edgewise. So, but yeah, no, it was really good. We had a good time. So
that's good. Good. You never know. He's coming over to Germany. Is it this year or next year?
This fall, I think, is when it is. We're talking about that.
We'll see how that. We never know. We never know.
Oh, we got Mike Bertelli. So. By the way, as far as I know, Friday we are on again for last 100 yards, and we had some great comments by the designer Mike Denson.
Great,
which was really good. He came back, gave good suggestions and clarifications. So I will go over what he said before we move forward.
He's just sort of tweaking us in the right direction, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. It's really good. I do appreciate that, and the fact that he watched it too all the way through, which was surprising. I mean, I can barely watch my own stuff all the way through.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't.
I don't know. I don't know how I am able to edit my own videos sometimes. Oh, I put it on the 1.5 times.
Yeah.
So it goes a lot faster. So.
Or I just take some pharmaceutical extracts and
enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show, yeah. So,
yeah. So what have you got any? I saw you got your unboxing of The British Way out.
Yeah, I tell you what. Now it's quite funny. I put the comment on when I put it up that one of my subbies that put an unboxing of The British Way done in the British way. I thought was quite funny.
Yeah.
So I put that up there. And do you know what though? I'm looking at it and I'm looking through the rules. I'm thinking, it just looks. I'm going, no, don't go down, don't go over to the dark side. But it looks quite interesting because they're little weeny games and they're over quick, and each one, okay, some of them is not our greatest bit of history, but it's interesting. It's history, and
it's history, yeah.
It's my history. So it's
there's not one country that can't be embarrassed about something they've
done. Of course not. But it just looks okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, cool. Maybe we'll do that and have a little go through some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably be able to knock one out in one session. Like one.
Yeah, because
they seem to be shorter.
But that's the worrying thing. I'm thinking, no.
Oh, it's a good rabbit hole to go down.
No, it isn't. I've got too many of them. So
we'll see. I will say I did not get the latest one, the People Power one. I have not gotten that one, but I still need stuff to get for the half price sale. If I get all my P500s,
that's the problem. Me and Tweez had a chat, just a catch up chat on Discord the other day, having a yak, and he's saying, I'm going to have to cut back because otherwise there's nothing left for the sale.
Yeah, and the only problem is depending on what it is, it may not be there.
It might be sold out, so you don't know. So there we go. Hi, Dave. David.
David Whitehouse. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that I enjoy it, but not that much, because I've got to like the subject. I mean, The British Way. Yes, I like the subject. Red Dust Rebellion. I'm going to like the subject. So maybe that'll be.
Yeah, you know what? And Red Dust Rebellion doesn't interest me so much, but because it might interest you, I will gladly play it. Just because if it works out, then it'll be great.
And if I enjoyed the multi-packs of the coin games, which are nice little, four games in one, if they bring them out, I might just concentrate on them because they're 4 little games to do.
Yeah.
And
I like the multi-pack idea because I'm looking forward to the next American Battles, the Battles of the American Revolution pack. I'm looking forward to that one. I need to get into that series.
And there's another one, Men of Iron, another one of those.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, another Men of Iron.
That's not a multi-pack. No, they're
that's your neck of the woods again. Because it's Henry, right? It's that Henry
or Henry, yeah.
Yeah. I can't because they're both coming out.
But it's not a multi-pack. I'm thinking it's
Oh, you'll play Red Dust Rebellion with us, Mike? Because we need 4. So we can throw Jester in there and we'll have a good old time.
Yeah.
I have yet to play a coin game with actually 4 people. I've played with 2. I haven't played a 4-player game with 4 players.
The British Way, of course, is designed for 2. So
yeah.
No, mine hasn't. No, hasn't. Hopefully,
I got a notification from GMT that I've got a package coming. I also got a notification from Quartermaster Logistics. That's the magnificent in magnificent style. Yeah. Herman's the kind of the update kit. Yeah.
Oh, the update kit, and is it the second edition as well?
Yeah, but I didn't get this. I have the first edition. All I needed was the update kit, so I've got that coming. Which is pretty cool. So, but it was kind of fun because we had a Brit on our trip, and one of the guys is a huge military historian, so I got along very well. And we kept reminding the Brit that he lost 3 wars. And I said, no, I'll give you guys 2 and we'll do a draw on one of them.
3?
I don't know what the other one was. That's what I was. I got 2. I'm thinking 2. I don't know where
the one we lost because everybody ganged up on us. Yeah. And we ran out of money. That one. Yeah. The independence. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the War of 1812, which I more consider a draw.
Yes, I think so.
And most historians will do that because you guys, the first half of the War of 1812, which by the way went to 1814, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, well,
us historians really know how to name stuff, so
they do. Well, I got a little bit about that in the old history thing as well. So,
oh yeah, that's right. So you guys were messing with the French for that first year, so you guys didn't have the resources to put against us. And then when you did, you burnt down our White House.
Yes, so that's why it's called the White, and that's good. Yeah, that's why it's called the White House. But again, you know, people ganging up on us. It's not fair, you know. We were quite happy against the French.
Well, yeah, but you know, yeah. So
yeah. That's nobody remembers that Groucho. Shush now, shush.
There's a couple of those that people don't quite remember.
Yeah.
You know? Did you actually win the War of the Roses, or did you lose?
That you win against yourself.
Wait, then you lose against yourself too. It goes both.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, you know, okay, we've lost a few, but my goodness, have we had a few battles in our history? Crikey, we know how to do it.
Yeah.
everyone in his dog.
Yeah. So, but no, it was really fun. We've talked because I got to talk about some military stuff and history stuff, and yeah, it was a good time. So, but yeah, I almost pulled the joke. Hey, I have a friend in Britain. Do you know them? So, you know. So. Well, the funny thing is, he's from where Ruff is at right now. So,
he's in my part of the world, yeah.
Yes.
How you know, chances of that even being in the sort of same county.
Yeah, he said he grew up in the north and then moved down to southern to Essex. So it was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
but no, it was a good time. But I did get part 1 of A Distant Plane out, which was very, very popular. People seem to be really watching it and liking it. So I really enjoyed that. And Jester did send a picture. I don't have it where I can pull it up, but he did see a picture. He had his wife take a picture of him holding the Mr. President box at Origins.
What, he picked it up from there?
No, he's got it. He just had a picture taken of it because somebody had, because somebody was selling it. So I was a little bummed because I don't have mine yet, but I'm not going to, you know what?
Live over this part of the world, you get used to it.
Well, I really don't care. It's like I've got a game on the table right now. So what's going to happen when I get a new box? It's just going to go on the shelf.
You're going to put that game away and get that.
No, I want to finish that one. But one problem with that game, and it's not the game that's the problem. My mic got turned off halfway through my recording.
Of what?
Of the Distant Plane.
Oh, you silly sausage.
So 2 cards got played while I didn't have any audio. I was so mad. I was like, dang it. But I'm really enjoying it. It's interesting to play with the bots because they're doing stuff I wouldn't particularly do, which is always interesting.
Well, they say leave the bots to do their stuff.
Yeah, because it could screw you up later on.
It's not how you would play it. Yeah. Remember that.
And what's interesting with the coin bots, what I really like is that it actually teaches you how to play the game too, like the strategies for that particular side. What what do you want to do and stuff like that, and that's pretty cool. So,
again, I know is it a class as a coin? Distant Planes, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't appeal to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the Afghanistan. So
yeah,
it's got So I think it's got the interesting mix of factions. So you have the coalition, which is basically the Western world. You have the government there, which was reinstated when the Taliban get kicked out. Yeah. And of course, you have the Taliban.
And I don't think it's a subject. I don't think it's a subject. Again, it's this mindset I've got coin, So I'm hoping the British way is a complete and utter failure when I play it.
Yeah, so any type of, it took him 3 attempts. Yeah. Any type of solitaire game or solitaire bot that'll kick your butt, that's what I want. I don't want.
Of course you do, because you go back for more, don't you? Like a fool.
Yep. You're like, I can beat him this time. So, but I'm really enjoying that, and which is really cool. That was fun. I got that out before I left on Wednesday. Matter of fact, I filmed it Tuesday. I edited it Wednesday morning. Edited it.
Yeah.
I added an intro and an outro, and then I uploaded it as I was walking out the door, saying, "Okay, post this time." And then I didn't even know it because I had no cell reception where I was at.
That's why, like, I watch your video before it goes uploaded, because
well, luckily I caught that, so I did edit to the point where the video cut off, and I actually cut it off at like a good stopping point.
right.
So one of the things with the coin is you have like the propaganda or the coup or winner's quarters. It's kind of the scoring card where you take a look or see where everybody's at.
Yeah.
And most of them are like, okay, mix it up in the bottom 4 or something like that. Most of the earlier ones don't do that. So I flipped over the first card, had a great card, flipped over the second card, the preview card. It was a propaganda card.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, the only thing I knew is I wasn't going to lose on that propaganda card.
That's the thing with this game, this British way. I know, David, it's not. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be for me. But the British way, like 4 mini games, if you like, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think might just be interesting and fun to play. But unlike the other coin games, we mentioned this before, you don't turn the card over. You wait until the turn starts, then turn it over, and then whoever's got the initiative, because from the previous turn, depending what you chose, depends on your initiative, you can, see what you get. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, it looks fun because they're sort of not very hard. They look, it just looks fun.
It's more of like learning to play the game than learning to play the game. You can get the mechanics pretty quickly. And once you play one, well, now it's not true because they've like Colonial Twilight's different and All Bridges Burning is different. And then British Way is different. But generally, when you see the first ones,
interesting.
Once you learn one, you learn the other.
That's interesting what Mike says there. Yeah. He wasn't keen.
Oh, okay. To see the deck. Yep.
But that's interesting. Yeah.
I kind of do like you get a couple cards going. Now it does say if you get if you for some reason are unlucky or lucky enough to get 2 propaganda cards in a row, you ignore the second one. Like if you flip it over and there's a propaganda card, you flip it over.
I'm not sure if that happens because I know you set the deck into 3 piles and each one's got a propaganda card.
Well, for the early ones, you can do it. Does happen? It could.
Oh, right.
It technically could. Statistically, it could happen because you end up with like 13 cards in a pile and you shuffle them, so it could be on the bottom of one and on the top of the next. That's the only way.
I can't remember. I think they actually physically set it in a.
Yeah. Nowadays they put it in the bottom 4 or 5 cards or something along those lines. Yeah. So you don't know when it's going to end. With that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Just get the terminology down. I mean, and like I said, mechanically speaking, it is not hard.
Well, even in this one, they look at mini games. Each game in its rule books, it's got 4 separate rule books.
Yeah, one for each of them. Yeah,
it's got a playthrough, so you can set it up and go through it. And use the cards they're suggesting.
Hopefully, the playthrough's right. And every once in a while that doesn't quite work out so right. But I've done Gandhi. I did that with Gandhi because I didn't know how to play that one. I get that, Tim. I'm starting to see that now.
For me, if I like them, it'll have to be the theme.
Yeah. But with Gandhi, I didn't know how to play that one with a lot of the. Well, there's some odd stuff in there, like is Gandhi in jail? And if he's in jail, what happens? Certain things happen when he's in jail, and certain things happen when he's not in jail. Or you can throw him in jail depending on what faction you are. And there's benefits to doing that, but there's also benefits for maybe leaving him out. So it's one of those you want to hurt somebody. Who do you want to hurt worse? Because you might help somebody. So you really there's kind of that.
So what you're saying is, if he's in jail, he can't do any mischief. If he's out, you can control maybe pointing
where
in that
district's
direction,
at. Yeah.
He'll cause mischief over there where you want it, sort of thing.
Yeah, which I thought was really interesting, a different something. So I played through, because it tells you, okay, put these cards in this order, and then you play the card, and then you can set up the deck after that to however it's supposed to go, and then you can just like finish out the game. But all I did was I played through that, and then I just reset it, and
then off you went. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so it was, and I'll tell you what, I played on Vassal, and I think we agree on this. I almost rather play with putting the wood bits out and putting the board and flipping the card, and but if you can't play with somebody, Vassal's the best thing. It really is.
Oh yeah, no, that's as you know, it's a love-hate thing with me with Vassal. I love it because I can play with people like yourself and other people. It's great, but I just it's so dry, so soulless. I think when you're playing for real, it's you can't beat it. And weirdly, playing when I was at the Punch Con, playing fighting formations with a human being and moving stuff around, and him, it's just a completely different, fantastic experience. You're cursing the dice throw at somebody who's real.
Yeah. You can't blame them, and also the only sad thing is you can't blame the Vassal dice roller.
No, you can't.
So, oh
no, Charles,
no, not the OSG. I'm okay with that. That's Operational Studies Group, so that's Napoleon's Way. So that's chitting. That's a bunch of cardboard, but the miniatures, I know that. That was the other thing. The one guy that was big in military history loves playing miniatures. I'm like,
well, you mean tabletop war games? You mean?
Yes,
as we call them, miniatures.
Yep. The miniatures. Yeah. He's like, I said, nope. I'm a classics guy. Give me cardboard.
Yeah, I'm fine unless it's an alien monster or something. That'll do me then.
But then there's only like one of those, or maybe a couple of them. There's not like, you don't have to have a whole army. It doesn't have to be painted the right colors to resemble that army.
No. You just paint them whatever color you want. You've got.
If you like violet and turquoise blue, you can paint them violet and turquoise blue.
It doesn't matter. So I couldn't get into tabletop wargaming as they call it. Very popular over here. Mm-hmm. More so, I think, than wargaming, board gaming.
It's like kind of flip flopped, I think, here compared to there with that. Yeah. But I don't know.
It's a traditional thing. It's been going on for decades and decades.
And if you look back, in some cases, centuries, even in some cases.
Oh, God, yeah. First war games,
We're actually, when people set up their maps, they actually set it up with that. Yep.
Yeah.
Pink Austrian Hussars for the win.
Couldn't get away with it. You could with a non-war game, though. You could have pink monsters.
Yep. So, so he's a big miniatures guy, and so that we have where it's called. Now why can't I remember it now?
Because you're getting old and have to take 2 naps today. That's why.
No, I'm confusing it with Fort Miami, which is the war of Northwest Ohio, which is an Indian war where the Brits were trying to back up. We're saying they were going to back up. It's going to be my whole dissertation for my master's. But I was thinking Fort Miami, but it's not Fort Miami. Fort Meigs, 1812. So they don't. The fort's not there, but they rebuilt it on the exact location of where Fort Meigs was at.
All right.
And so the Brits came down the Maumee River to attack the fort, and they didn't get down. They got stuck. But anyways, and then they had to go back out. So
gold.
But anyway, so at this fort, they actually have a miniatures, a smaller miniatures convention. So I've gone to it a time or two, and he's like, "Oh yeah," then we've passed each other. So I was like, "Yeah." So I'll probably get back there.
I used to play that as a kid as well. Get all the teams. Yeah, we know that. Flick. Yes.
I do like the Wings of Glory series miniatures.
That's the planes, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the battle, what is it? Age of Sail, the Age of Sail's version of that game.
Yeah, with the
Sails of Glory.
Yeah,
It's very creative. Sails of Glory, Wings of Glory. That looks good just because it's like pre-programmed. I mean, it's not hard. There's not much on the rules. You draw from a bag the damage, or did you get damaged or not, and where the damage is at. So it's pretty. Again, the mechanics are pretty easy. I can teach the Wings of Glory in 10 minutes. It's that easy. Now, learning how to do it right, it's a different story. I've had because I've got the Battle of Britain box, so that's the Hurricanes versus the ME-109s, and I've had ME-109s flying off the map, which means they gave up and buggered off and went home. Yeah. I've had them crash into each other. It's fun when you get a bunch of teenagers that just kind of guess at what they're doing, because like I said, it's programmed, so you have to put down the 2 cards. You play the 1 card, and you have to play the other card you put down next, no matter what.
So if the other one comes towards you, you crash, sort of thing.
Yeah. So if you just have or you go right in front of the gun sights. You weren't planning on it, and somehow it just sheer luck.
Handy.
That other one gets it. So I really do have that. And don't get me wrong.
Just going to say about Subbuteo, it's reminded me when I used to play Subbuteo, because you flick, the men are about that tall, and they're all painted, and that you can get it again now, but I think it's like stupidly expensive. Rob Oren plays it, I think.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen, yeah, okay.
What's funny is that each team member, it's on a little. Do you remember those things you couldn't kick over? Those kids.
Oh, Weebles.
Weeble. It's like a Weeble, but it's like that because you flick it, and they spin and all that, and you can spin the ball. But they're that big, but the ball's that big. So they're that big, and and the other thing is they brought out little stickers, because when they brought out the white and black hex football, the black, you could buy these to stick on, but of course, because they're above they're not flush. As you kick the ball, it wobbled all over the place because it's going over these things. Anyway, just reminded me. Thanks, Groucho. That was Good.
And then the Wargaming, their own mini sports game, Blood Bowl. Yep. Oh, I do agree. Miniatures are fun. Especially, I love watching miniature games. Like, that's why I go to that convention. I don't play, but I love watching the battles develop.
They do look impressive with all the terrain and all that. And I'm thinking, that's 4 figures at least, isn't it?
Easily. That's just to get started, 4 figures. Yeah.
And we have a moan about not having enough table space for a board game. My goodness, you're going to have,
I think what was it? Wardy Rogue Todd has like a 6x8 table, so basically 6x4 and another 6x4 for that, and then it takes hours and sometimes days to set up the terrain just to play one small little mission, and I'm like, and
I know how long it takes to paint. I know there's sort of, you can use techniques for sort of like the little soldiers, you paint them all quickly, but it takes forever.
It's just like our electric football that we had. He's got the
that's worth a few bob if it's the original one.
Well, I told the guy I would buy the miniatures that are small enough where I'd paint them either blue, or if they're like, so if it was Civil War, I'd just paint them blue, or I'll paint them all gray and not worry about the detail.
Yeah, why have you got grey faces? It's just their war paint, isn't it? So
we've seen your minis. Yeah, you did that. You jumped in with Not Jay and his painting challenge.
Yeah, that's right. But Mike does everything. He does not only sort of warfare ones, he does fantasy ones and things like Shadows of Brimstone, I think, as well. So they're taking an age to paint. Jeez.
You get that, don't you? You're trying to paint those, aren't you?
I'm trying to get them done one at a time. My God, yeah. No, they do take a lot of time.
So the one thing I thought was interesting for minis, and the one area where I think I would enjoy minis the most would be naval minis. Mm-hmm. So, any type of naval minis I think would be really, really cool, because mainly that's the decoration on it's not the map, it's the minis, because the map is generally blue.
Yeah, it's not going to win the best game map of the year, is it? Or
I don't know. If you won best map of the year, maybe a flying colors map will come out.
Maybe. The problem with minis, with the ships, and you know me, I love my naval games. You know, you want a nice, you know, a little bit of detail on it, but of course, even at that big, I think you've got to have a 20-foot table. So.
Well, have you heard about what's called flat top minis?
Yes, that's
the way to do it.
They sent me a couple because they were doing a free. If you'd like to see, you know, what this is all about, send us your address and we'll send you a couple. And they did from America, and they're really cool. They're nice. Yeah.
Like that's the way to do it. You can get the detail, but not have to worry about painting.
Yeah,
and they won't cost you a fortune.
Yeah. See that tablecloth there? That would be ideal. You see?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. The only problem is you couldn't do any big battles unless you got like a ping pong table.
yeah, that's the problem. You know, you could have like I don't know what it is, the 1,016, I don't know, the little weenie ones.
Yeah,
but even that, because the guns could fire so far, you'd have to, you know, have quite a big table.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy with me cardboard and me carrier battles and me final colors, flying colors, and that sort of thing. So
see, that's why I want to get flying colors so I can get the Serpent of the Seas expansion.
You can't get it.
I know,
because that's
literally half those battles. Literally half those battles happened on Lake Erie, which is no more than a half an hour away.
But they're duels.
They're smaller boats. Smaller.
And one or two boats, you know, and
there was like 10 boats on each side, but they were like one hex boat, so they were the smaller ones.
Oh, they may have different battles. I think the duel battles in there are two ships.
Oh yeah, they're probably
and but you can't get that. I mean, under southern sky, it's taken ages to get, you know. So
it should be on its way to you right now.
Yeah, and I've got what do we call it? Blue Cross White Ensign.
Yeah,
and I think there's a couple more. One of them is that one, and another one. But yeah. I think Flying Colours wins the bluest because they're quite a darkish blue.
Well, no, that's what's cool about the Serpent of the Seas is they actually have a couple of bays because one of the Battle of Put in Bay, they were actually in the bay. They were about to get obliterated, and like most naval battles, the wind changed, and it put the Americans on the attack and just obliterated.
Because the wind was with them, and the other ones are stuck going, we can't go anywhere. What's going on?
We're done. We got to just fire and hope we do enough damage as they come out of their bay. Yeah.
Quick, start the engines. They didn't invent the jet, sir. When did invent the jet, sir?
But so that's kind of, you know, it's kind of interesting. So Nerd just got his. I knew it was sent out.
Because I know Dave's Gaming Cave. Dave has played a bit of Flying Colours. He's like me. He gets all he blings it up. He gets all the downloads from Board Game Geek on it. He's just like me.
So John's got the question. If I like naval gaming, no, I did not.
You haven't got.
I'm hoping that it's still there come the 50% sale.
Should be. I don't think it's gonna be.
No
mega. Have you got Flying Colours?
No.
Get that all then.
Yeah, that's probably what 50% sale. I'll probably get a bunch of those because I did. I've played a lot of them. I've played other people's copies. So and to me, I really enjoyed. I think I enjoyed playing that one not really face, but multiplayer. So during COVID, like 6 of us got on Zoom and Vassal, and we were each assigned like a couple of ships, you know, a command of our own. And we were thinking about doing that. Well, can we really talk to each other? Should we be able to talk to each other? Or should we do kind of the you can talk but only in like 1 or 2 words?
Well, you know, of course, you fly your colours, don't you? So you let everybody know what you're doing. You know, the Commodore up goes the Dubris and tells everybody what to do. Whether or not, and that's the thing, whether or not you follow it, I think there's a rule, if I remember rightly, if you're too far behind or something.
You're on your own.
Don't follow the rules. Don't follow the orders. Yeah, but I don't care, Mike. It's part of the series. You got to have it all, haven't you?
Hey, that's a topic. Are we players or are we collectors?
You see, I like the game, so I'm going to play all through the
Yeah.
game, and then you think, okay, I'll give the old South Americans a go. You know, because in the others you got in Blue Ensign, I think it's the Dutch and Spanish. What was it in the first one? No, Dutch. So yeah, it's good. It's plays solo great as well, which is another good thing. You know, play both sides, of course, but it's good.
Nerd, is that the one by Compass that just came out? I think that's the one. I think you showed it. I think I watched your unboxing and I was very impressed. My only problem was it was 2 maps.
It's the 2-map syndrome, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a lot of 1 mappers on both of them. So, but you do get
the same. In Flying Colours, you get a huge map if you want it, but there's a few single maps and then there's a few double maps, so you can play whatever you want really. Yes, there's going to be bigger maps, bigger battles in under Southern Cross.
Yeah, they're big. They just seemed overly huge. But it basically, all it really was the lakes with about 1 or 2 hexes along the outside and down some rivers, and that's about it. But yeah.
Oh.
Okay, there. Any game from last century, so that's basically from 1999 previously. Oh, you'd be upset. I threw some of those. I recycled some of those.
Yeah, you're right, David. Yeah, it's enough to keep you going.
The Flying Colors, they're single mappers are no problem on that one.
And they're like those minis you were talking about, tabletop, whatever they're called.
Mike was with us when we did that with COVID. Mike was on that group, I think, if I remember right. At least one time we played. So you don't have to have it all. So I must be a player to be confused with.
The reason is, if I like some, it's like the dreaded Panzer. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't get them, I like the game, and if I don't get them, you're gonna miss out, and you're not be able to get them again. So I think I've got them. That's it. I've got them. And the same with Flying Colours. I'll get them and go, got them, and then I can sit and just not worry about.
All you're really doing is giving your wife a nice vacation after you.
I've told her to contact you two when I leave. Pop me clogs to say, look, because she'll put them on. She'll say, "Oh, give me 50 quid for that?" She'll say. Silly mood. So I said, have a word with them too. But yeah, no, it's I forgot what I was going to say now. Anyway. Oh, talking about extra ones.
Yeah.
Fields of Fire. Paratroopers.
I missed. Was that released?
Oh, what?
I was out of contact for the past week.
You kids on your phones, no matter where you are, come on.
No, there's literally, we loved it because the kids couldn't get on their phones because there's no cell service. They tried though. Boy, were they trying. They were trying.
British Paras.
Oh, nice.
It's
yeah. Okay, I remember.
It's Arnhem. Yeah. It's Arnhem, Falklands, and is it Afghanistan? I'm not sure.
World War the British Parachute Regiment and World War II Falklands. Yep, that's brand new. How does that not hit the number yet? Okay, we're doing my bit. Hold on.
Go on then, do your bit.
Share screen. Here we go. Share. Oh, no. Cancel. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here it is. The Parachute Regiment. We are at 334. Come on, people. What's your problems?
It's only just gone on there. It's only a few.
I know it should have hit its goal already.
Well, again, I think we love it. People are still frightened of it. I think people are waiting till the new rules come out, maybe for the deluxe. But that's bang, crash wallop. That's already on there.
Yeah, it'll get there within a couple of weeks. It'll get there.
Yeah.
I plug way too many. Yeah, this is it.
Spend your money for you.
Yeah. Arnhem 1944, Falklands 82. So then we have Afghanistan. So I do know that some of them are fan made, and I think they just developed them into. I think the Afghanistan. I think there's an American version of that. So yeah,
No,
that'll be.
I'm happy with the Brit boys. I'm happy with our boys. You know, that'll do me.
4 mission books. So you have this. Oh, so this is going to come with starter missions as well.
Good. That's excellent.
Arnhem. So this is going to be like. So this will be like it's a standalone. So if you just yeah. Okay. 1 aid cards.
It's got your own action deck and everything. So you know, it's a standalone, just like Volume 2.
And so Andrew Steed. If you guys also, the other thing is there's the Fields of Fire headquarters on Facebook.
Yeah, get on there. Really good.
Great page. They've been very, very helpful when I started playing and stuff like that. So,
but also you can see the development of this because I say it's not by. I know Ben Hull developed the game, but
this series,
it's designed by somebody else, and you can see the development on that Facebook page of fans making scenarios and all that sort of thing. And now they've gathered them all together. And they're releasing them. Brilliant. I'm
excited because it's got the Falklands on it. So
I know you're a Falklands fan, aren't you?
Yeah,
a bit like me. Yeah, because I remember it. There, I was. I remember that.
The problem is I should remember it, but I don't.
Probably didn't get a lot of news your way, you know. But on it.
I was only 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't rub it in. I was drinking in pubs then, so anyway, you know. But it wasn't off the telly then. David, they were cold.
So this will be an ad. I'll get this here. I won't do it right now, but I'll get this here, which will be cool. But I did not realize they released that. Again, I've been out of contact with the world for 3 or 4 days, so I think I missed the last P500. List. So
it's only just come out, so we're not going to give you too much of a hard time. It's only been out the last couple of days, I think. Yeah, brilliant though, isn't it? Love it.
Let's see at the printer. So we have Plantagenets at the printer.
Yeah, no, not getting into that. No,
I think I'll stop with that one until I actually play some.
Yeah.
But I like the time period. I like the theme behiand that one.
It's they're great themes. It's just I don't want to get down another sort of coiny sort of thingy. No,
I am looking forward to that CDG solo pack number 2. That's going to be a good time.
What were you looking forward in that? What's in there?
I want to see how they do the Command and Colors Medieval, and Napoleonics and Wilderness War.
Yeah.
So, but I have all but 2 of the games that are in that one.
Yeah,
so
I've ordered Wilderness War because that's on the P500 because of that bloody pack.
And it's a French and Indian war game. There's not enough of them out there. I'm not saying that sarcastically either. I legit mean that.
No, there isn't. It's not like your bulge games, is it? It's But I've ordered the Pursuit of Glory and the other one as well. The 3. There's 3, isn't there? Because they're bringing out all the solo things for them.
Yep. So there's another one. Looking forward to that for sure. Yeah. I hopefully it'll be sooner than that. I don't know.
I don't know what's coming. What's being charged end of the month?
Nothing right now. There's nothing on charging.
Well, they're in the.
I don't have that because I don't have my email up.
Oh God, hold on.
Does he say it Plantagenet?
No, Plantagenet.
Yeah, I think Ardwolf says Plantagenet.
Well, he would do, wouldn't he? Coming from Ohio, he would do.
Hey, if I hear a British person call it Plantagenet, I know I'm right.
Yeah, but how do you pronounce that fermented cow's milk that you eat, strawberry flavored and all that?
What?
Ski, made by Ski and all that sort of thing. You know, the stuff you had at breakfast.
Oh, milk?
No, yeah, well, it's made out of milk. It's fermented by certain lactobacteria, and it's sold in the chilled cabinet, and it's all different flavors. What do you call it?
Yogurt?
Yogurt. Yogurt. Yeah, yogurt. There we go. There's I think there's a Family Guy
Oh,
thing.
oh, so Mike says it's from Latin. It's not French. It's Latin.
No, that's why you pronounce all the letters.
Oh, yeah, you don't skip the T's.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do that. No. Let me just see if I can get up because I looked and I thought, oh no, I'm being charged again. Let me just get it. Keep them amused.
Yeah.
We're not allowed. Evidently, not allowed to say the peanut gallery anymore.
What?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. If you want to be right on, you can't say it anymore. Where are we? Production outlook.
Anthony's Latin too. It better be.
Well, there was that Etu. That was What was the other one? Anthony and Cleopatra.
Well, that's the way you Brits say Anthony, or you say Anthony. You don't say Anthony.
No, we say. Well, I think the problem is because you got Anthony. There's two types of your name. There's Anthony, and then there's Anthony.
Yeah. And
so I can't really call you Tony because Tony is the shortened version of that. Otherwise, we'd call you Thony. Thony. Sounds like you've got a lisp. How do you write there, Thony? So we can't do that. But yeah, that's it. Oh, charging early mid-July. The 1800 India one. CDG Solar System Pack 2. Liberty or Death. North Africa 41. And the mounted maps and your Plantagenet.
I like that, Mike. That's a good one.
Tony's board life. Yeah, see, don't take the mickey. I can't help it.
What was interesting is I had a Irish instructor when I was in high school, and he never called me Tony. It was always Anthony. Anthony. So it's like, yeah.
Sounds like you got a nasal problem, but anyway. So have you ordered? I see. I've ordered again. I like all the 40x games from Mark, Mr. Simonich. So I've got the 41. Yeah, all I've got, I think, is the CDG Solo and the North Africa 41, and I've got to have the mounted maps. Neoprene mats, mounted maps. I'm there.
I just have the Plantagenet and the CDG Solar System. Yeah. That's all I got. Tony's bored. Wow, they're getting creative.
They are. They're getting. See, they're not daft. The guys in the chat, and that's a non-gender type guys, by the way. Before anybody complains, there's only So that's not going to be fun. Being charged again. I got away with it for a month.
Yep.
Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, would have done. Yeah, I think Mr. President and Southern Skies. I think that was end of May, wasn't it? We got charged.
Yeah, I was like looking some of the stuff out there, kind of interesting. Oh, Norman Conquest is the volume 5. Norman Conquest, not
Dewberry, Men of Iron. Yeah,
Men of Iron. Yeah. Henry, what is Henry? I remember that's a title of a game.
That's another Levy and Dewberry one, I think.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense because that's the. Where is it at? Henry. Oh no, yeah, that's volumes. Oh my God, there's 6 volumes already.
27.
Yeah, you're right. It's the Agincourt campaign. That's what it is. Well, what's the Levian campaign series is all about a campaign. It's not about an entire war. It's not about, it's about a campaign or kind of it's a shorter period. I think it's really 2 to 4 years, and that's it.
Yeah. But again, I'm stepping away. They better not bring out a multi-pack for that because I'll get the ump. But there's not much coming in. All the Napoleonics, Command and Colors Napoleonics.
Yeah, I think that's I've got the first one. I'm kind of okay. I haven't even unshrink wrapped it. So
yeah, but I'm stepping away from that. If I'm going to keep a series, it's going to be Ancients, I think.
Ancients, yeah.
But we've got Great Battles of Alexander coming
I already
out.
have that one, but that's the reprint for the deluxe, right?
Yeah, you can get the Tyrant module and Prime Minister
That looks interesting to me.
and Pursuit of Glory. And, of course, Last 100 Yards, the Russian front.
Yep. That's now I have to get that. Well,
You've got to get
some more. I got some time on that one, so I'll play some more before I.
You've got plenty in that box, and I mean,
Yep.
I've got the Airborne one and the first, and the
Solomon's
Japanese one, and the expansion-y thing. So I've got
the
plenty.
mission pack. Yeah,
I've got plenty to get on with.
So, so we'll get through the first couple missions, and then we'll be just knocking out missions left and right.
Yeah,
I really think that once you start, I mean, we played for 2 hours and got quite a bit done. And once I think you get the rules and get the thing going, the turns go pretty quick because there's not a whole bunch on that. So,
no,
my God.
The only thing that what do we call it, puts me off the old solo is because you were hidden. I don't know how we get round that if you're playing solo.
You just don't play it. It's
right,
not a big deal.
It doesn't destroy the game if you don't do that.
Phil, I have taken 2 naps already today. Thank you very much. He was with me. So Phil was with me at about Boy Scout camp. His son and my son are friends, so he was with me. So thanks for checking in and giving me a thumbs up. You better give me a thumbs up.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look. Emily, you got a few thumbs down. I don't know what that's. Oh dear. No, you haven't really.
No.
But yeah, if you haven't done so already, please help the old geezer out. Has to take a couple of naps before he goes live. Give him a thumbs up. Hit that like button for us.
And I wrote half a paper that's due tomorrow. So hey, got 2 naps, got a load of laundry done, and wrote half a paper. Took I'm ready to go. 6 o'clock, 4 to 6 today. So, but no, it was good. Phil's a good guy too. He loves his camera work. I love watching his camera stuff. He's a great photographer. So, but no, it's I can't wait. The next 100 yards is I'm looking forward to Friday again, and seeing if you're going to do any more Leroy Jenkins again.
Yeah, it's got more do or die stuff. But you have to do it. You have to try it out, don't you?
Especially these early missions where that's what they're meant for. They're meant for training.
It didn't go as well as I wanted, but it didn't go as bad as I thought it would have.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and if it had gone well, you'd have been in right stuck. You'd been right trouble. So if I'd have got across there, but yeah, it was. It's interesting. It's all still jumbled up in there. I think it's going to take a few goes, and me to try and big crikey, to get it down. But yeah, yeah, I was stressing Nerdy out.
Yeah.
I can picture him going, "What's he doing?"
He's pulling that beautiful head of hair he has.
Well, in the comments, he just put along, no!
You're like, Leroy Jenkins! Boom!
Yeah.
So, there you go. You can rally him back up, send him back in. Leroy Jenkins again.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, there's some things that will make a difference, though, that will help you that Mike cleared up. So, one real quick one is if I have a counter on it, I do get a suppression modifier, just no matter what. So if you have 1 or 2, if I have 1 or 2 markers, like the 1, 0, 2, yeah. If I have 1 or 2 of those, it's a -1. If I have 4, it's a -2. It's it's -1 for each one after that. So it's really, really interesting.
Thanks, E4.
Hey, I probably will pass out after 6:05 if I don't hit the goodbye rough. I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
3 or 4 is 3 or 4 is minus because it rounds up. So yep. So I'll go through all those. Round up. So I'll go through all those for everybody's. So I love this. It's great.
And it's great. The actual designer comes on and in a gentle way just says, tweak, do this, do that. And of course, that helps everyone.
And I'm reading between the line of get my damn game right.
No,
But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get his game right.
Yeah,
That's,
but of course you are. But he's not telling you. It's not like other comments from other designers that we sometimes get. It's yeah. Move along. Nothing to see here. Right.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just pass that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to more of that. That'll be great. This is my last week of this class that I'm taking, which means I have a major project due on Sunday. Actually, 2 projects due on Sunday. But I'm going to need my 2-hour break to just shoot at stuff and try to kill Germans or Nazis. So, and keep you from taking over 5 buildings and the church.
No, we are committed, and with my tactics, I should be. So when do you finish teaching? You finish now, have you? Teaching?
I'm teaching. This is my class. This is my actual master's program that I'm.
Yeah. So you just concentrate on that.
Yeah, but I do start another one, which will be interesting. It's about the nuclear culture. So America after the dropping of the atomic bomb. So probably Cold War stuff and the culture during Cold War and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Wasn't looking that for, like, I was looking forward to this class, but I've actually found a lot of great knowledge out of the class I'm taking right now. So it's really, really cool. So
it's ain't to make you out of me, Tony. Tell them off.
No, keep it up.
Oh dear. Do you want to know what happened today?
What happened today in history, Ruff?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
All right. 24th of June.
Next show. Let's talk to you later.
All right. It's quite a lot, actually. I'll go into a bit of detail. It was like, oh, that's interesting. So 24th of June, 1314. Thanks, nerd. 1314. Robert the Bruce defeated Edward II at Bannockburn and so completed his expulsion of those nasty English from Scotland. The First War of Scottish Independence was the first of a series of wars between the English and Scottish forces. It lasted from the English invasion of Scotland in 1296 until the de jure restoration of Scottish independence with the Treaty of Edinburgh, Northampton in 1328. De facto independence was established today at the Battle of Bannockburn. The wars were caused by the attempts of the English kings to establish their authority over Scotland, while Scots fought to keep English rule and authority out of Scotland. Now,
was that Edward the Longshanks?
No, that's a bit. That wasn't Ed Longshanks, was it? They got me worried now.
That was Edward the First, right? Which is Edward.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Edward the First. Yeah, Edward the First. Yeah, okay. So got me worried there. Of course, I know, but don't say things.
Okay.
I was certain before you said anything. My OCD kicks in. But that battle is in the tri-pack of Men at Irons.
The Bannockburn?
Yeah, Bannockburn. Yes, it's in there. So that was that. 1779, American Revolutionary War. The Great Siege of Gibraltar begins. See, this was a worldwide thing with us. The Great Siege of Gibraltar was an unsuccessful attempt by Spain and France to capture Gibraltar from the British during the War of the American Revolution. It was the largest battle in the war by the number of combatants. On the 16th of June, 1779, Spain entered the war on the side of France. See, they're all ganging up on us again.
Yep.
And as co-belligerents of the revolutionary United Colonies, the British base at Gibraltar was Spain's primary war aim. No kidding. Yeah, they wanted it back. The vulnerable Gibraltar garrison under George Augustus Eliot was blockaded from June 1779 to February 1783, initially by the Spanish alone, led by Martin Alvarez de Sotomayor, excuse my pronunciation. The blockade proved to be a failure because 2 relief convoys entered unmolested. The first under Admiral George Rodney, yeah, that's a name, in 1780, and the second under Admiral George Derby in 1781, despite the presence of the Spanish fleet. The wind must have changed. The same year, a major assault was planned by the Spanish, but the Gibraltar garrison sortied in November and destroyed much of the forward batteries. The Spanish, having consistently failed to either defeat the garrison or prevent the arrival of relief forces, the besiegers were reinforced by French forces under de Crillon, who took over command in early 1782. After a lull in the siege, during which the Franco-Spanish besiegers gathered more guns, ships, and troops, a grand assault was launched on the 13th of September 1782. This involved huge numbers, 60,000 men, 49 ships of the line, and 10 specially designed, newly invented floating batteries against the 5,000 defenders. The assault proved to be a disastrous and humiliating failure, resulting in heavy losses for the Bourbon attackers. This was the largest action fought during the war in terms of numbers. It's in Gibraltar. The final sign of defeat for the Allies, that's the French and Spanish, came when a crucial British relief convoy under Admiral Richard Howe slipped through the blockading fleet. How they kept doing that, I don't know. And arrived at the garrison in October 1782.
And this was when Spain had the navy too, didn't they? They were like a strong navy.
Yeah, well, not as strong as that. Anyway, the siege was lifted on the 7th of February 1783 and resulted in a decisive victory for the British. This siege, the reason I've gone on a bit, it's interesting. The siege was a factor in ending the American Revolutionary War. The Peace of Paris negotiations were reliant on news from the siege, particularly at its climax. After 3 years, 7 months, and 12 days, it is the longest siege endured by the British armed forces. There we go. So,
did Magnus steal this one from you?
Huh?
Did Magnus steal this one?
What's that?
His little thing.
No. I can't. There's so much going on. I can't pick everything. You know, I try and pick things that are relevant. But yeah, well done. No, great.
We've got our wonderful chat adding to.
Yeah, no, because there's so much. It's, of course, every day, you know, over history, there's tons of stuff.
Yeah.
I try and pick stuff, but that's weird that it was responsible in part for ending the War of Independence.
Ran out of money.
Well, what partly, yeah, they're all ganging up on us basically again. So that was that.
It was this minor little skirmish going on, but yeah. So we'll take the French and the Spanish and knowing you a little bit to help us out.
Yeah, they're old friends. They are. So 1812, Napoleonic Wars. Napoleon's Grande Armée crossed the Niemen River, beginning the invasion of Russia today. In 1813, Battle of Beaver Dams. A British and Indian combined force defeats the United States Army. The Battle of Beaver Dams took place today, 1813, during the War of 1812. A column of troops from the United States Army marched from Fort George and attempted to surprise a British outpost at Beaver Dams, billeting themselves overnight in the village of Queenston, Ontario. Laura Secord, a resident of Queenston, had earlier learned of the American plans from several Americans billeted at our house and had struck out on a long and difficult trek to warn the British at Decou's Stone House near present-day Brock University. When the Americans resumed their march, they were ambushed by Kahnawake and other native warriors and eventually surrendered to a small British detachment led by Lieutenant James Fitzgibbons. About 600 US troops, including their wounded commander, were taken prisoner. There we go. The old 1812 war. 1940, skip right ahead to World War II, Operation Collar. The first British commando raid on occupied France by number 11 independent company. So the first ever sort of British commando raid. The location selected for the raid was the Pas-de-Calais department on the French coast. The British commandos had not long been formed and were not yet trained. So the operation was given to number 11 independent company under the command of Major Ronnie Todd. The raid's objective was a reconnaissance of 4 locations and the capture of prisoners. Over the night of the 24th and 25th of June 1940, 115 men of Number 11 Independent Company carried out the operation, but they failed to gather any intelligence or damage any German equipment. Their only success was in killing 2 German sentries. And lastly, 1943, US military police attempt to arrest a black soldier in Bamber Bridge, England, sparking the Battle of Bamber Bridge, mutiny that leaves 1 dead and 7 wounded. This is quite well known over in this part of the world because of segregation at that time. You had a pub that was, where the white soldiers drank and a pub where the black soldiers drank. Most English people didn't give a monkeys who they were. And of course, we had, I think, some black soldiers go into this pub where they shouldn't have done. And the MPs come in and said, look, get out, go to your own pub. And they started causing a ruckus. The English drinkers in there were standing up for them and was causing us. So the MPs were piss off. Good old English piss off, So they went off and got reinforcements. And of course, it went a bit pear-shaped. Both sides got armed. But the black soldiers said to the English people, go back in the pub, don't get involved, and unfortunately it went a bit pear-shaped. And but it's quite well known over here, Bamber Bridge, the Battle of Bamber Bridge. But it just shows you that when the black Afro-Americans come over here, they were welcomed with open arms. And I think I've told this one before.
They did fight just like everybody else.
Yeah. There was nothing. There was all segregation going on. I think I told you there's a story of a black soldier getting on a bus and sitting opposite a couple of old ladies, and they started talking. And are you hungry, son? Yeah, well, come home to us, have a cup of tea and some cake and all that. So they took him into the house and entertained him, and said nothing. Nothing. So Bamber Bridge. That's a good one. That's what happened today. So lots.
Yeah. What's interesting is that we got our commandos, or our ranger, what we call rangers, were formed after, or were formed because of the eventual success of your commandos.
Yeah.
General Trescott actually watched several of the commando raids and developed his system based off of the British commandos. So our rangers are based off of a lot of what the British commandos did. Yeah. So it's again, we're separated by a common language.
And we learned a lot of our skills from the South Africa, from the Boers, in the Boer War. They're guerrilla.
We just weren't good at fighting wars. We have the manpower. We just don't do it very often. And so
now we're quite used to it.
No, well, now you're doing it subvertly. Now you're doing it subvertly. You're sending plants all over the countries, all over the world, to get people interested to become British.
Yeah, one at a time. Yep. Yeah, covertly convert them into Anglophiles.
You guys already had me a long time ago, but that's beside.
He started Salerno.
Number 2 of 10. Interesting.
Not many of us YouTubers are doing very well. Some of the the peeps playing their games are doing very well. You're doing quite well.
Yeah, I focused on it really hard at the beginning of the year because I didn't know what life would be like when school started, when my classes, my education started. It's been a little bit lower. I probably would, if I wasn't teaching or learning, I'd probably be recording a hell of a lot more. And what I would like to do is space it out if I can, like record a whole bunch and then space it out.
Yeah, the problem with that is, of course, you do it and then you put them up and then all the mistakes start coming to light and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the other.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest issues with that. It'd have to be something.
Do you do a block and put them up and fingers crossed, or do you do one, put it up, wait to see what happens and think, I got that wrong?
So what I like to do is I like to do one and put it up.
Yeah.
Especially if I can get like 1 turn, 2 turns in, basically get all the mechanics in there to find out if I messed it up or not.
Yeah.
And if I didn't mess it up, or if I did mess up, how badly. And then what I like to do, then I can do the record it all and then, go through it. But a lot of times, even if I know the mistakes, a lot of times it's like, oh, it's small enough, unless it's something major. And then I'll start over and I'll just put in there. So
Yeah.
we got that. Evening, Mr. Tweezers.
What time do you call this?
17:10.
22:10 over here. No, but that's what's happened. Now I'm getting back. Now I'm finally, because of other things and problems, I'm finally getting back to doing some videoing. We've got
reset up.
Yeah, it's all upset. Yeah, the cat has had a good stern talking to, and
which means he's not going to do. He's going to just do whatever he wants anyway.
Yeah, no way, no. Have you seen those spoof videos on YouTube where they drop kick a cat? Have you seen that?
Yeah,
they're spoof. They're spoof. They're not real.
They're not real.
No,
hopefully,
no.
yeah.
No. That's a video. No. So I'm hoping to get back with that. The problem is because it's been a while, I may have forgotten some stuff. Like I was recording this, and I'm doing I don't know if you're familiar, peeps, with the Point Blank from Lock and Load. Oh, hold on. Cheers. I haven't done that for a while.
Yeah.
It's a great game, but there's sectors, and you can move into a sector, or you can have a rummage around in that sector and search out a better bit of terrain. Because in the last video, the Germans, who are controlled by the bot, plopped. I was about to move into a stone building, but they plopped down on open terrain. So I'm caught. And I thought I've got to move into it. So I moved into the open terrain, but I thought I'll pop up some smoke to give me a bit of cover. So I did that and it was successful. And then it was their go again, and they rolled for a sniper. Double one. Would you believe it?
Oh,
couldn't believe it. So anyway, it says in the rules, because you have to pick it randomly, and it's the shortest, the one that's nearest. So I picked the ones that pop the smoke, and I'm going through it and picking the one randomly who the sniper's going to have a go at, and then suddenly read, snipers can't target smoke sectors. So I've had to sort of go, hold on a minute, you know what I do? Go, hold on a minute, I've done it wrong. So I've had to backtrack, but at least I picked it up.
Yeah.
There's going to be lots of that going on. So I might only do one turn, maybe two turns, and then put it out.
Well, Devin and was it Sean?
Sean and Keith are going through the new scenario.
Oh yeah, they're doing some, and then Devin's in there kind of
overseeing. Yeah.
I think the scenario they're playing, he was the one that created that scenario, so he's trying to see how it works out and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's a
bloody good game.
It's a great game. My only thing is the cards. Of course, I'm as clumsy as a clumsy thing from Clumsy Land, and you knock the cards and things. But it is a great game. So, and I'm trying to get back into that and not mess it up too much. But I think Sean watches them, so he puts me right.
Yeah, he does it like there's a right way and a wrong way to
to
do that.
Yeah, because anyway, I won't tell you, I won't go into it because it's boring if you don't know the game. But yeah, he just said enjoying it. But just remember, thanks, mate. Yeah, so it's there's ways of doing it.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna after I get done with the Distant Plane, I'll probably knock off one of the last 2 games I need for the year. I'm definitely in a Revolutionary War. So my last 2 games is Save Afghanistan, Comrade, and then the other one is the Don't Tread on Me Solitaire game.
Oh, the White Dog game, yeah.
Yeah, and I've played it a couple times. I haven't videoed it, so it was one of those ones I wanted to get on the channel.
That interests me, A, because it's American Revolution War, and B, it's Ben Madison. It's like Falklands, Mrs. Thatcher's War, isn't it? It's a similar sort of thing. You've got headlines.
And you play the British.
Yeah,
you actually play, which is weird in some cases, because usually you don't play, the stronger power. Because in
your case, the bad guys,
because by all means, we should not be we should be speaking the Queen's English and saying "God save the King," or I guess it's the King's English now, correct?
Yes, as it was then. Yes.
Yes. Well, George was nutball, but that's beside the point.
Of course he was. Have you seen the film, the Madness of King George?
No, I have not. But I watched a documentary where they released all his papers.
Yeah.
And like all his letters and stuff that he wrote to Queen Charlotte, and like how like he knew when he was like when he wasn't feeling right at times, and then when he was, that was really. But I do want to see that.
It's a great film. Nigel, I forget the chap's name. He was in another comedy series, Yes Minister, but fantastic film. Yeah, goes through it all. You know, the syndrome he had, the illness he had. Yes, that's us.
Yep. But what's interesting, what I find interesting, it was he had that madness, but it wasn't like what he didn't affect. Like he wasn't making stupid. Well,
he had I think the thing that made his madness, he had an illness.
Yeah,
he had a thing syndrome that, you know, wondering why his urine was a funny color. That's part of the thing of this illness he had, and it affects your brain. It's a bit like a certain, you know, sexually transmitted diseases. It turns you mad in the end. So yeah, that's it. But watch the film.
I will. I'll put that in there.
And then if you want to find out about the antics of his son, then watch Blackadder the Third. There was a reason, was there? Because they were the evil ones. Have you noticed that in Hollywood films that the baddie is always an Englishman?
Oh yeah, always has to have an accent or some sort of accent.
Yeah.
Either
Russian or English.
Yes. It depends. Is it a sophisticated or is it like a mobster?
A thug. Yeah.
Because if it's sophisticated, it's always the Brit.
Yeah.
If it's the mob related one, it's always the Russian. So yeah.
Stereotyping again. Good grief.
What? Yeah. That I don't understand. They always have Brits playing those guys too. So
well, I think it sounds a bit more, because the British accent, I suppose, is sort of neutral.
Yeah.
To your ears. Yeah, it isn't to ours, but to your ears, it's probably a bit neutral. And if you, rather than doing some silly German accent, which could be taken as taking the mickey.
Yeah. If you're not speaking in that language, it always feels like there's something going around with it.
I can never understand why they pick Americans to play Brits and Brits to play Americans. It's like House, that thing, with what's his face playing it, doing this silly American accent. Why couldn't he have just been a British doctor over there, the British accent?
Well, iManatee does have a point. The Russians and Enemy at the Gates had English accents.
Yeah.
Except for there was a few Russian actual accents, but
and what's his name had an American accent playing the German sniper.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But there you go, good film, great film.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Everyone, I'm like, ooh, what was that again? Oh yeah, okay, watch that one. So
I can't remember any of the guys' names, even the guy in the English guy in it. Oh, or the American that played the German sniper, his counterpart. Can't remember any names. I've gone a bit.
So you'll take the liking to this. So as a leadership group, we have our own patrols with the scouts, and each one has a Ed Harris. Yeah, Russians versus Ed Harris.
Harris. That's it.
And Jude Law was
Law.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you as usual.
You can always rely on the old chat to get us out of shtuck.
But so we actually had our scout troop. The leaders have a troop patch. It's the Killer Bunny from Monty Python.
Is it? Run away! Run away!
And we had 3 signs set up. So it was this long path going into our campsite. We set up 3 signs. First one was a question. What is your name? The second one was, what was your quest? And the final one was, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
No, the first one, he says, what is your favorite color?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, and old Eric Arnold pushes, that's easy, let me do it. And that's it. That's when it goes wrong. Until King Arthur says, is that the Pacific or desert swallow, whatever it is? I don't know.
European.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so the Brit that was with us had a Tim the Enchanter hat. and we had asked our council to give us 3 coconuts. So guess what we were doing to flags every day? We were
Yeah.
And we could not stop quoting the whole movie the whole time. It was great.
And your mother smells of elderberries. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, Bob Hoskins was in Enemy of the Gates, and I think he had an accent. He put an accent on, I think, if I remember correctly, a Russian accent. What's Charles moaning about?
Oh, probably Point Blank. Nope.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's too many cards, too many off-bar game cards and rulebook.
Yeah, if I can understand it, anybody can.
I can get the idea behind. I can get the idea.
I can understand it because I get a bit frustrated with all the cards because you have to stack them up, and the sectors are only a certain amount. You've got to put a train card in there and your units, which are also the poker-sized cards, so it can get a bit crowded.
No, you only had to answer 3 questions to pass the bridge.
No. Oh, right. Oh, that's right. 3 questions. You're talking about Monty Python.
But yeah, they were like, yeah.
Yeah. What is your name?
Niggets. Yes. Bob Hoskins and Nikita Khrushchev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's like, have you seen the movie? I think it might be on Prime, I'm not sure, but it's The Death of Stalin. It's like that black comedy.
Yeah, with Michael Palin in it and a load of big English actors, a lot of English actors in it. Yeah, very good. Very good.
This one, somebody said this to me, and I'm like, you know what?
You're not wrong.
Right.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. They are area maps. They're just more structured. 1, 2, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 4. No. 3. Yeah. I will be watching it again tonight because it's been a while, so I'll probably fall asleep.
Was it the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch?
Bring me the Book of Armaments.
Yeah.
So it was a good week. It was a good weekend. It was a good 4 days, and just so. Yeah. So William was like, "Yeah, I was gonna mention that's Khrushchev." Yep.
But I think they were talking in their normal accents. So.
Yeah. They didn't actually like. Yep. So it was funny. Here's the list. Kill him, but kill her first so she can watch him. It's like, whoa! I was like, you know what? That probably wasn't far off.
No. What it was a sort of satirical take on what actually happened, how things were going on. It was funny, but that's what happened. And and I know what we've gone off. We're not really gone off. They're sort of warish and history related. What we've done there, talking films is a good thing. War films and historical films.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you looking forward to what's his name playing Napoleon?
Right, it's Russell Crowe, right?
No, the guy that played Elvis and played the Joker.
Jared Leto?
No. Brand new film, still being filmed, I think.
I thought it was Russell Crowe.
No.
Yeah.
He's got yes. Choking Phoenix.
Oh, Walking Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah. Joaquin, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Walking Phoenix. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna because this was great. Yes, this was great when Jason
he was talking like that. He was talking like a Yorkshireman. And
coat goes off and like So Walking. He did a great Emperor Claudius. So who knows? In Gladiator.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit of for and against because I think he's 6'2" and Napoleon was 3'7", I think. But anyway.
he was 5'8". Or 5'6". I think he was 5'6". He was either 5'6", 7, or 8, somewhere around. Which was the average height, which you have found out when you went to Spain at the 18th century hotel, where you banged your head like 500 times.
Yeah, crikey, did I? Yeah. Well, no, only once, but that was enough.
Yeah.
It's healed up now. Yeah. Blooming beams.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But no, I like him as an actor. He's a pretty good actor. He's got that.
Well, not Elvis. It was Johnny Cash. I said Elvis.
Johnny Cash. Yeah, that's yeah. Walk the line.
Yeah.
Man, now you're gonna make me want to watch all these movies now.
Yeah.
Because those are all good. He's got the lip, so it's kind of, I don't know. It's his symbol. It's his distinctness. But
well, the other actor had that as well, because I watched the other day the Ninth Configuration, which has got it's about a sort of loony bin set in a castle where I won't tell you in case you haven't seen it. But he's got the hair. He played the private detective. I can't remember anybody's name.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
5'6" with the hat. He wasn't that short. I'm telling you guys. 5'6" today's standard. Yes, he is. He is.
Stacy Keach. He's got that as well. He's got the hair lip. It's the hair lip where they sew it up again. But yeah, he was okay with that. Yeah.
No, that'll be fun. That'll be a fun show, a movie. Hopefully, I don't know. It's one of those things that Hollywood's running out of movies, so they're redoing stuff. So it's nice for them to be starting the new stuff.
Where's all these writers thinking up these fantastic stories? Not around anymore. But talking about Napoleon, Rod Steiger. Napoleon, yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that film. Waterloo, yeah.
The Sharp series was brought up this weekend. So
fantastic that is.
I've read, so I'm reading them chronologically, not release date. So
I don't know how they compare to the books. Probably the books are better because books
they always are, yeah.
And, but it's good.
You did have, a guy that seems to get killed in every other show actually lived through that one. So it's the main actor. What's his name? I see now. I can't remember.
Sean Bean.
Yeah, Sean Bean. He gets killed in every other movie, but he's in a series where the guy keeps living forever. He escapes death all the time.
The old green jackets, yeah.
So I always thought. So I've read some of the Master and Commander books.
That's a good film. I don't normally like Russell Crowe, to be honest, but that was a great film. I loved it.
It was a great film. The books are really good too, especially because if you read them from the beginning, like you should, and as the series, you actually learn along with the Doctor, like what nautical terms are, what it does. So it's really interesting. But I thought it was interesting that, so he owed taxes. He was trying to get away. So the guy, the captain, the guy that plays Russell Crowe plays, owed taxes because the prize didn't get paid out. And so, but he was climbing, so he wouldn't get touched. But then he actually got his crew to impress the tax collectors and put up on the ship in the book. I was like, that is so. That's why we did have War of 1812. Is you guys kept impressing our sailors because we were, you guys needed them for your other wars. So
yeah. No, anything like that. I'm still I don't read books much now because it's bloody Rulebooks, but I'm still reading Redcoats, which is great book about the history of the British Redcoat, why it's there.
Oh yeah, I was talking to another guy. So because we were talking about the Battle of Cowpens in the Revolutionary War and how the Battle of Cowpens was done right, where we took our militia, our most accurate shooters, and we told them to fire at the leaders because
you're not. It's not cricket,
Yeah, but he was telling me that I was like, yeah, just aim for the guys on the horses. He's like, oh no, it was easier than that because the officers had better quality coats and dye, so theirs actually stayed scarlet, while most of the other redcoats were kind of like
pink.
So all you had to do was look around for the actual red coat,
a washed out sort of rusty brown. It's.
I was like, I didn't know that. Yeah, so he's so he was in the military, but I can tell he's really big on the supply and that type of thing.
Things,
yeah, because he was telling me that right before the war, the general of like the quartermaster
has me measurements. Sorry, you have to measure out me wine, otherwise I go a bit too bonkers.
He was telling me that the Spencer repeater for the repeater rifle, actually went into it's either the quartermaster or I think it was or acquisitions to actually showed him the blueprints of the repeater rifle and basically trying to sell it to the military. And the guy was like, no, we like the 1840 Springfield musket.
Or they like the Brown Bessie. You see, they were given these newfangled things, and most of the soldiers didn't like them. They went back to this old-fashioned Brown Bessie.
But what he was also telling me is somebody developed for $15 could convert every type of musket loader into a 50 caliber breech loader and would be able to convert any of the Union Army into these 50 calibers. One of the biggest issues that the Confederates had, they had no rifles. They had no way of manufacturing them. So they would actually pick up, the Union rifles after a battle. And that's how they would get their rifles, a lot of their rifle supplies.
Yeah.
Well, if they could only use a 50 caliber,
that's a big bloody bullet.
It's about the caliber of a mini ball. So which is not actually a ball. But literally it would have stopped giving the Confederates rifles because there's no way they could have manufactured the cartridges.
They couldn't load them. Yeah.
So basically, and actually, so this guy got into a meeting with the president, and he showed the rifle and everything, and the president's like, okay, orders. I need this many, like 10,000 repeaters for the Cav, and then like started to get the breech loaders, the converter ones. He took it over to the guy, Spencer Carby, took it over, and he's like, okay, here you go. And the guy's like, from President Lincoln, threw it out the window. So yeah, he said he literally would like if he ever ran into him on the afterlife, he would give him a swift kicking in the
backside. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, no, this guy was really, really. It was a fun weekend because I got to talk a lot of military stuff and more of the rifles and stuff like that, which was really, really cool. So like everybody was saying that the M16s were horrible in Vietnam because they would always jam up. But the thing was, it wasn't the rifle itself. The rifle was developed using, civilian gunpowder, which is different than military gunpowder. Oh. So they would get gummed up and jammed up because it was a different gunpowder. That's what it was. That was the problem. And so we're talking about, and then the other side had the Kalashnikovs, the AK-47s. And he's like, yeah, that's the least. You could literally bury it in the mud, pick it up.
Fire them underwater. They fire it, yeah.
The only thing is the stock moves so much, or the bolt moves so much, it's not accuracy. So, and I love this phrase, it's accuracy through quantity.
Yes. chuck enough at something, you'll hit it. Yeah,
eventually you'll hit it. Yeah. So
but they're still popular today, these things. 1947, it's
well, they are durable.
Yeah.
Sorry, got a text from the wife. She's going off tonight.
Well, leaving you at last.
Bought too many games.
Yeah. Mine's just used to it now.
Oh, yeah, Karen is too. Yeah.
Another game. Where are you going to put it? I don't know. Okay.
I'm always like, I need to buy more shelves. She's like, we're not buying more shelves. I'm like, no. Damn it. I'm going to have to get creative here. How am I going to do this?
Yeah.
I got to put a pile here.
Yeah.
Pile over here.
Do a jester. Pile it high anywhere you can. Yeah. So, mind you, I bet the postman's out. I bet they've had to sack a few postmen his way.
Yeah.
Because he's not had any parcels. So, that's a bit bitter, Phoenix. You never know. You never know.
Keep shooting till you run out. Yep, that's it. Isn't that the Army's way traditionally throw enough bullets that were men at the yeah. That's I hate to say that, but that's it. I have no skills.
Yeah, no, I have no.
I will be able to count. If I were to build them, I'd be able to count by halves. 1 half, 2 half,
No.
3.
I have no tools. I lost all mine when we had to move into here. You know, I had a big house that yeah, I used to have loads of tools, but no, not now. Nowhere to put them. So yes, still trying to get the room upstairs. Don't ask. Still trying. Takes time. So much stuff in there. So much stuff. It's just been crammed when we moved out of there. Moved out of my business and chucked it all in there. So yeah. Luckily, the boy is pinching a lot of the stuff for his own. But then, of course, he just leaves it back in the room.
Oh,
said, no, take it out. Put it in your bedrooms. No room, Dad. Well, it's.
I actually need to watch his videos on his other channel to see how he does his shelves. I'm just curious. So I don't need another hobby. See, that's another hobby. I've got a really good hobby. I don't need another hobby. I have enough hobbies, but like building furniture is a hobby it would be for me. I'm not doing it professionally, so it would be a hobby.
But you're doing it to supplement your hobby.
The other hobby, yeah. But I'd have to buy more stuff for that hobby, which would probably, no, maybe not, take away from the other hobby.
You got to buy tools. I mean, IKEA is the place. That's where possibly. Yes, of course. He's another woodworker, and the Oaken Knight. That's another one. If you watch his video, he's on the side that does all this stuff.
Yeah, his stuff's pretty cool. I'm gonna wait until after we get rid of the toys. When the kids get older, we won't have toys anymore, and
we'll get rid of the kids. Yes.
I'm actually at the point where I'm not trying to rush them out anymore because the toys are becoming less and less as they get older, and
they're getting smaller and electronic, aren't they? Their toys, yes.
Yeah, I'm getting more bummed about that. So I didn't get stuck. Have you seen Kalismar been playing that Europa Universalis?
What is that all about? I see a few people, they were playing that, I think at no, that was Pax Romana, I think. But yeah, what's all this about, this game?
It's basically from like 1444 through the Age of Discovery. And it's actually all of Europe, but they actually do have the they have Africa, North America, South America, and like India and stuff. So, but you're actually building these countries up as like kingdoms and empires and stuff like that. So, it's actually pretty cool because technology can advance. You have events that happen. Wow. You have to. So there is military because you build up armies. You still have to take over, but you also have to have you have diplomacy, and then you have economic issues too. So it's kind of like a kingdom builder type stuff. So it's pretty cool. Religion gets involved with it too. So if you have different religion, I've been watching it. It's been playing in the background as I've been doing my schoolwork.
So it's more of a Euro-y game than a.
It's a good crossover because there's definitely dice for hits and stuff like that. So they use special dice. So I mean, it's very reminiscent. Thank you. I can't speak my own language, but very reminiscent of a lot. I would say like Civilization.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
So yeah. No, I love my kids.
They have their disadvantages, but they are outweighed by the advantages, I feel.
No. It'll be soon enough. The boys are halfway through, primary school.
Tell you what, Tone, you'll turn around and they're big and ugly,
My daughter has her temps right now. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Boys and all that. Yeah. You'll be going to dad mode soon. If not already.
She keeps hanging out with this one boy.
I
like him. He's a good kid. So
no. Have you had a chat with him? Have you sat there with a shotgun?
No, I have not done the shotgun. You guys can't even own a shotgun. I guess you can because it's.
Oh, you know what I mean. That's the old Alice Cooper story, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's instilled, and every dad around here is the whole old sitting there cleaning your shotgun.
Yeah.
So.
I want to back by 10. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I've already kind of claimed an area for me once the toys get out. So.
Have you? Oh, this is it. Okay, it's half the lounge, but it's it. I can't go anymore. She moans.
It's darkness that's back here. It's a whole.
I remember seeing that. It's all full of toys and
things,
containers with toys and that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll still have some of the storage there, but it'll be cool because I'll have a table in the middle. I'll keep the TV there so I can have like a TV watching.
A big table in the middle, all the games around the outside. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, lovely.
I've been watching. So we kind of get back to this, but so my father-in-law introduced me to a show called Combat.
Oh, what, the old black and white thing?
Yes, for World War II.
Yeah.
So I've been watching those. He came over and I said, "Why do they always kill the new guy?"
It's like always get killed. It's like Star Trek. The ones in the red tops. Yeah, they always get killed in the original Star Trek.
Yeah. I love it. Oh, but yeah, no. So I've really enjoyed it. When I watch those, they make me want to play like ATS or some sort of squad tactical game. Actually, what they really want me to play is Combat.
Yes,
because it's solo, single guy, single man counters, and that's kind of single man or two guys together. So I got to get that on my table because I have both. And I think they're making a third one already.
Are they? No, don't say that. I haven't opened the other one, the second one.
That one, I think I had a hernia because of that one.
Yeah,
that knocks up.
It's still in shrink wrap. I've got to get round to just. Might as well do a video and open it like I do because if we're going to open it, do a video. So I haven't done that yet. Hopefully, I think in the future, me and Tweez are going to be doing a sort of two-handed combat.
Oh, I'd be up for watching that too because it's. I think once you play it enough, and that's with most games, but it's
most games, isn't it? It's all different mechanics, different ways of doing things. Slightly, there's similar things like Vox and what's not, but you just got to learn and not confuse one game with the other. Like
yes. It's like I would love to be able to focus on one game for a set period of time.
Well, look at Patrick. He does that.
He's got a couple. Yeah, Patrick's got a couple.
He's got 2 or 3, 4 games that he plays, and that's it. And that's great. That's great.
Can't do it. I have too much to play.
No, because new stuff comes in. Oh, shiny. And you can't. You have to look at it.
New shiny's not so much anymore. It's new shiny. Oh, in that series. Oh,
yeah.
Field of Fire. Got to get that one.
That's hurry up and get the deluxe version out so we got the nice new rules.
Yeah, give me my update kit. I want my upgrade kit.
And I can clip
the counter. I don't want to put stop signs anymore.
Yeah, I can clip the counters so they don't look like stop signs. I'm not embarrassed to put it out on the channel. Yeah. It's fantastic. It is one of the best solo games out there. It frightens a lot of people.
If people look at Rulebook page numbers, they're going to be really frightened because it's like 90 pages now.
Yeah, but it takes you through, doesn't it?
It's a well done rulebook. Yeah. Yes. The one thing I would say about that game is yes, there's a rulebook there. I'm glad they did the sample missions now, the starter missions. Yeah. Because it's hard to really figure out what you're doing because you don't do things all the time.
Because it is. So, it's a complex. Is it complex or just got a lot of?
No, it's complex because of figuring out which one's got to go. See you later, Tim. Thanks,
Tim.
It's got a lot to it. There's a lot to it, but there's a lot that combines together. So if you do this to this to this to this,
I think the big problem with that game before this update was that you had to know how was organized, or you'd have to know a bit about the military. You had to know about the hierarchy and things like that. Not everybody who plays war games knows this. You know,
no, they know the large scale, so they can go down to a battalion pretty easily. Army, battalion, even I think.
What is an assault group? What is a fire team? You know, what is all that? So now that's all being explained right down, and that will help a lot of people. I think it'll become one of the most popular games out there once that's released.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see. Oh, I'm going to check real quick, see if it's gone up.
Yourself.
Wait, what was that?
He's just being daft. It's funny.
That cracks me up.
Actually, now that movie when it came out, it was like, get out of here. Now they're going, oh, okay, it's a different world now.
No, don't. Let's not go there. The hotness right now. Guess what game is number one on the hotness on BGG?
Root.
Nope.
I don't know. It's what, war game or just game?
Well, it's by a war game company that is right now released.
What, GMT?
Yep.
Is that the one your Liberty? No, not that one.
Nope. Just released. Like, we haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, Presidente.
Yeah, so Mr. President is number one on the hot list.
And it's not even out for everybody yet.
Yep. So
but everybody has been waiting for that for years, haven't they? So that's why.
It's above Gloomhaven. It's above. Wow, there's a Dune. It's above Ark Nova. It's above Gloomhaven Second Edition,
which isn't even out yet, is it?
No, and it's above Castles of Burgundy. Yeah, all right, that's pretty cool. Let's see here. All board games. I want to see if it's on like the top 100 yet. If it's up here. I think I bet it's going to beat Brass. No, it's not there yet. So let's see if they've actually voted for it. I think I can actually vote for it, rate it now, because I've played it.
You've played it. Yeah, that's fair enough.
So it is currently...
I'll tell you what, it's my type of game because there's lots of books in it, lots of booklets in it.
It's own. There we go. Let's switch this over here. Okay, just rated it.
Charles is off for a nap. He's doing a Tony so he can stay awake for not Jay.
Oh, Mike. Yeah, I just happened to look up. I looked up the hotness, and it was like, Mr. President, number one.
That's weird, and everybody's thinking it's great. They haven't got it yet, which just makes you think it's going to be great.
Yes, I'm hoping for strong. Once it gets out there for play, I think it's going to bump up.
So tell me, what's the best way? Because there's so many booklets in it. You've got the playbook, got the rule book, you've got the flip thing,
you don't need the rule book.
You've got all the different countries, and you've got a China book. You've got crikey.
For one thing, it tells you exactly which book to pull up. Like when you pull a card,
book tells you which book to pull up.
Yes. No, the card tells you. So actually, the flip book is good to have out, like just flat, like if you have room. That's the problem.
Right.
Maybe get a book stand.
Yeah.
Like a book stand, and leave that one up at all time, and then turn the page as you go, and then have the other ones to the side, and then that will tell you which book you need. So basically, the rule book is there for if something is kind of those edge off cases. Yep. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yes, there's a little presidential. I did see Hairbrain thingy do a quick unboxing of it. Very quick.
Yep. So it's but if you like when you're playing, just have that book, the flip book.
And it'll go through it, yeah? And,
yep. And then as you're going through each one, it'll tell you which book you need. You're not going to be going between, like, you're not going to need 2 books for one section. Generally, there may be I don't want to say always, but it's like, okay, if we're doing like the China or the Russia one, let's say we're doing
different scenarios, isn't there? So
yes, because you can do it historically. There are some historic scenarios.
Play little chunks and
yeah, or you can do the sandbox game, which is what I did when I played, which is basically you mix everything up
and just go for it.
Yeah. But there are several scenarios that they are and they're actually planning an expansion already.
Right. That's what I wanted to know. You see, I want to know how to set it up, and then what's telling me how to play. So you've got a setup thing, I assume. Set it up.
Yep.
Ready.
Yeah.
And then Mike says, read a 6-page how to play, set up the game, grab the flip book, and off you go. So that's what I wanted to know. Thanks, Mike. So
it's very Jerry White-ish when it comes to stuff like that.
I need that. Also, it assumes you know nothing about how the American governmental system works.
Yeah.
Or do you need a bit of that knowledge?
Not a depth. You need to know we have a Congress that makes the rules, and the Congress can tell the president, and the president can tell the Congress. But other than that, I think
you've got an upper house and the lower house. All that.
Basically, you want your president to be on the same party as the Congresses, so the majorities. It makes sense. So
the Congress is like the House of Parliament, like the government.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. It's where the real work does, where the real work happens,
right?
Or supposed to. Let's put it that way. That's
don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'll be on your ear if I don't understand anything. You know that, don't you?
Yep. Just text me. I'll
about how your government works. Yeah. Yep. So
I will. Maybe I'll give a class or a lecture on how our government's supposed to. I mean, how it works.
How it works in reality. Get out of it. Right.
I can do how it works in reality. Yeah. So what's nice is it's apolitical. It is apolitical. It is political. It is apolitical.
No, you're not playing.
You don't have Republican. Yeah, you don't have Republican or Democrats. You have friends or foes. So if you want to be a Democrat, you can be a Democrat, and your friends are Democrats.
That's how I play it. You see.
Yeah. Well, that's the way Gene did, and I keep saying this. Made a great game that could be very political, very apolitical.
See, the thing is, it could be my party. I'm the president. It's my party, and I want my friends. And the other party, whoever they're called, they could be called the rhinocerosy elf party. Yeah, they're the enemies. It's like there's a well-known saying over here, because in our parliament, you've got the front benchers, you've got the two sides, you've got the opposition, you've got government, you've got opposition, and the distance between them is actually just over 2 sword lengths.
I remember you telling me about that.
So there's that.
I had a few duels and
so you've got the front benchers who are like the members of parliament who are in sort of office, if you like, Ministry of Defence and all that, and Home Secretary and all that. And you've got the shadow guys who are the equivalent, who aren't in power, and then behind them you've got the backbenchers who are like MPs who have been elected by their constituencies. And there's a well-known saying from a new member of parliament, sitting there with an old hand in the back benches here, and he said, the young chap said, well, what's best to know? These are the enemy, aren't they? Pointing across the opposition, and he said, no, they're not the enemy. Those are ones behind you are going to stab you in the back bench. So
yeah,
that's like anywhere government.
That's when power gets involved in everything. So ours is more of a crescent shape. So you have one side, and it's politically speaking, the right's on the right side, the left's on the left side, and the independents are right in the middle, which we have a few. So it's a crescent. So there's not really we've never had any duels in Congress. We've had a few beatings by king.
Well, no, the reason is, our government is over 1,000 years old. So yes, there was a few sort of fisticuffs, but that's why it always amazes me, that the actual distance between it is just over 2 sword lengths.
So you can't
stand up and stab someone who said something you didn't like.
Yeah, we've had a few cane beatings between Congress members back in the 1800s. So
he didn't bring any for the show. I'd like to try some of these. I've looked at some of these. They look very nice.
Well, we are getting close to 2 hours, which is amazing.
Amazing. We just talked about talky stuff. It's great.
That's all we need to do. I mean, it's great because it flows naturally, and
And I know we haven't had sort of like hundreds of people, but it's Origins, isn't it, this weekend? So we expected a lower turnout. because people have gone over there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got comments on my Mr. President Part 1, which could have changed since that was filmed. Okay. Anyways.
Good or bad?
Just, hey, I think this was wrong. I'm like, probably is.
Probably. That's what I get. And I go, because the thing is...
That was so long ago.
I love comments and people that take the time to comment. You love that, yeah? Because they're taking time out of their life to comment on it. But the thing is, they comment on a game I played 2 years ago. And
I can't even remember what I played last week.
That's when you did this, that, and the other. And I've either got to look through the video again, and I just go, thanks for pointing that out. I'm probably wrong. Thank you. You know, so.
Yep, Charles Sumner.
Yeah. Not heard of that one.
It's now Diplomacy. It's the German game is Die Macher, which is basically diplomacy.
Oh, is that Diplomacy? Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not exactly, but it's the same idea. Like it's it's somewhat of the same idea on that one.
So
it's very backstabbing.
Oh God, friends have fallen out over Diplomacy.
Yes. And Die Macher's not any better.
No, okay, great. I'll step away from that one.
I haven't played it. Yeah, well, I was gonna play Diplomacy with my high school kids, but I don't want to lose. They got to stay together for 3 years. I don't want them to lose friends over backstabbing one another. So
it's quite bad. Yeah, the tweets were saying he's playing the
Way mission. Yeah,
Way. Yeah.
Oh, we talked about that last Saturday. He wanted to play that, so he wanted to get that back out. I'm excited about the Brits being added. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. I will pull that thing out and get the Falklands campaign going pretty quickly once
it might end up I do a Patrick Pence on Fields of Fire, you know, and just do a Fields of Fire Friday or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's I do want to get some Not a War Game Wednesday stuff out because I'm getting quite a collection now. I want to get some of that out, but it's finding the time. I've just got back, as you know, into playthrough, so I'm well behind all my stuff. Well behind with this.
Yeah.
So I've got to crack on.
Yeah, I will say I did pick a lot of smaller games for my top 10.
Clever thinking. Good thinking, Batman, you know.
Yeah, like a few of them were one videos only.
Yeah.
So, well, we're gonna finish it up here. I'm getting a little hungry.
Blimey, it's gone so quick.
Yeah, and we've been eating a lot earlier at camp, so my eating clock is a little off right now.
Yeah, your tummy clock is a bit out. Yeah.
Yep. So I thought I was losing weight, and then I did it. I'm like, how did I not lose weight after walking as much as I did this week? Oh well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
But thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
We will be back on Friday with some more Last 100 Yards. I do need to tell Jester. I forgot to tell him, but I have a family event pop up on Saturday. So
I'm stuck on my own with him, am I?
I think Patrick's going to jump on the first.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, he emailed me. He said, "Sorry, we had, by the way, we asked for a couple people to come on last minute. I had a brain fart. But Patrick said, sorry, he had a big day today, but he thinks he's on for next Saturday. So I'll send. So I won't be here that Saturday. But we will do our Friday last 100 yards, and I know we'll finish up the game.
Yeah, if I keep playing the way I do, I'm just going for it.
You can't take more than 3 casualties.
Yeah.
No, I can't take more than 3. You can't take more than 5.
But the thing is, this game is different because there aren't many casualties. It's just sort of wearing down, which is why I said it's similar, but
there's
not
some similar,
similarities between that and Panzer Grenadier.
Yeah, so, the wear down part, and
then
get in for the assault. Yep, the last 100 yards. There's a reason why they got that. So, well, guys, thanks for everything. If you could please leave a like, I'd appreciate it. If you just happen to join for some strange reason, you came across this live stream and haven't subscribed, please do. I hate always asking that, but it does help a lot and
helps the old algorithm. Yes.
So the likes, and if you didn't like it, go ahead, thumbs down. I could care less. I'm not that big. I don't have that big of ego. I may cry myself on a pillow tonight, but hey,
you'll sit in a corner and rock. That's what you'll do.
So, okay, well, we'll see everybody later. Have a great night, and we'll see everybody next time. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.